Hi everyone. Today I'm jumping on to share with you what I have learned about scrapbooking. Scrapbooking is often called memory keeping today. So basically, I started off with Project Life. And so I get asked a lot by friends, by family members, like, how do I start scrapbooking? So I thought I'd jump on today and share with you how I started scrapbooking. In 2013, I discovered Becky Higgins, and she has all these different size page protectors, which are the sheets, and they're little pockets. And so she also designed little 3x4 cards that people still make today. In fact, here are just some of the few that I have in my stash here that I would like to use. So you will find many companies such as Studio Calico, Paper Person, Citrist Twist, Everyday Explorer, Simple Stories, a whole bunch of companies who create these pocket pages and the pockets to go inside. So Project Life started out was a weekly thing. So you document every week. But because I couldn't keep up with every week, as you can see, this was Valentine's, and now we're miraculously at Easter. So basically what worked for me in 2013 was just documenting and playing, because this is a stencil that I used. Here's some stitching that I used, stamping. Scrapbooking is just about, or memory keeping, however you prefer to call it, is just telling a story with words and pictures. Here's a class that I took with Amy, a baby shower, a wedding, a birth, ball, another wedding. So there's so many things that you can do to scrapbook, and there's so many different ways. It's like you're basically scrapbooking on small 4x6 cards with memorabilia. This was our room key here. So this was 2013, and I did get to December. There you go. So this is scrapbooking on a 12x12 album. And it's very large, but it's very fun if you take a lot of photos. In 2014, I attempted it again, documenting occasions instead of weekly or monthly. Here's his first kindergarten visit with his doctor. Here's a trip. And the best part about these 12x12s is you can incorporate your 12x12 layouts. So this is called a scrapbook page. It's photos, and it's journaling, and it's memorabilia or different knickknacks that you acquire from the day. I didn't get too far in this album, as you can see. It's very thin. I did, however, attempt it again in 2020. Here's the start of January. And I love that you can incorporate 8x10s. If you don't print at home, it's simple to just print at Walgreens. So this is just documenting a little bit of journaling and a lot of pictures, because that's what I like to do. That's what I enjoy. I enjoy telling stories by pictures. Here's the map of where we went hiking, my journaling, and my photos. Here's a birthday, and I just punched holes in the 8x10 that I had blown up at Walgreens and stuck it in here. Unfortunately, I didn't get past January 31st, but I'm basically scrapbooking on a 4x6 here. So that was my attempt at Project Life for 2020. And this is a large size. If you don't want to do Project Life, you can certainly start out by scrapbooking or memory keeping on a 12x12. So this is the original, what original scrapbookers did. They scrapbooked on 12x12. I have a 5x7 and I have my journaling, and then I have embellishments. You can get as creative as you want with 12 by 12, with any layout really. Here I cut the word Beach Babe with my cameo, and then I stitched it. And see, you could get as creative as you want. Here I did some paint splatter, documenting the 4th grade with 2 photos and some journaling. Here's another cutout. As I was trying to challenge myself with layouts, as the years kept going on. This one here, I did some cutout of a punch, and then I stitched. On this ribbon, I stitched it as well. I don't think I've stitched in a very long time. So as you develop your style, you'll know what you want to scrapbook. For instance, this page here, I wanted to show off the actual page of the scrapbook. So I let it complement my photo. There wasn't really much that I needed to add to this. In this 12 by 12 layout, I loved her helping on Martin Luther King Day, and I love this collection by Maggie Holmes. And so it allowed me to use all of this embellishment on this page. This page here, I got this idea from Ellie Edwards. She underlines to, make an area where you can document your journaling. Ellie Edwards has come out with loads of products, and I do suggest that you look her up if you don't know who she is already. Here's a documenting Easter. I actually was a design team guest for Shamel with this layout. So the beauty of 12 by 12 scrapbooking is it's a beautiful large photo, and you have a lot of space to work with. Here's the 4th of July layout. My story, my photo, and my embellishments. So I will most likely add these 2 pocket sleeves. I just haven't done that yet. But that's what you can do with these 12 by 12 layouts. If 12 by 12 is too big for you, you can certainly come down a size and use a 6 by 8. This happens to be a 6 by 8 album that I documented Halloween. It's called October Daily. And it is the same type of process. I'm scrapbooking on a 6 by 8 page. I'm using pockets, I'm using photos, I'm using embellishments. And it's really fun, and you don't have to get this chunky, but I love to take pictures of my family, and I love to play. So every October, I document the days leading up to October. Now, I also do the same for December. And I mentioned Ellie Edwards. She holds a class every year, and she teaches different tips and tricks on how to make your album. So basically, I've been doing December daily for about 9 years, maybe October daily 5, not as long. But it's a really fun way to scrapbook and memory keep. So you're basically telling a story on each page, but it's not a 12 by 12 page. This is a 6 by 8 album. I enjoy playing with product, and that's how my albums get chunky. This is also a 6 by 8 that I have been participating with Ellie Edwards in a class called One Little Word. She created this class, and so you choose a word and you participate in the class. And so in 2017, my word was bee. In 2018, my word was grace. And it's just a really super fun class to try, and it gives you something to do. So this happened to be a collage that I worked on. And those were the mood or the feelings that I was trying to draw to myself for that year. I guess I should show you my word this year. I'm tackling it again, and my word is kind. I have another separate video on this, but this is the beginning of my January word, and my word is kind. So I'm super excited. Looks like, you know, I have failed before in the past years, but this year I'm going to take it slow and not be rushed. This is what you call scrapbooking or memory keeping in a 6x8. And you can get these 6x8 albums anywhere. If 6x8 album is too big for you, you can certainly move down to a smaller sized album. This is a life crafted album that I documented October. This is my October daily in a smaller album. Again, it's just pictures and some journaling of the days leading up to Halloween. You can get as creative or as simple as you like. Hopefully, as you're watching this, you're getting ideas on what you can scrapbook about, because that is the question I get often asked. Where do I start? All you need is an album and a picture and a pen. This album was $3 and I purchased it at Target. I didn't need any page protectors because it didn't come with one, but all you have to do is line up your holes to match the inside and you're set to go. You can add pockets, envelopes, more photos. There's so much you can do, and there's so many things that you can scrapbook about. You could scrapbook about the days leading up to Halloween, as this album is. You can scrapbook an event. Here we made caramel apples. Here's another pocket where I experimented with adding different sized photos and making them little tags. Here I got to use my stamp set and a variety amount of photos in this pocket. So don't limit yourself, but at the same time, don't overwhelm yourself. So this is just a $3 album from your Target dollar spot. If that seems to be a little bit big for you, you can certainly move down a size in a traveler's notebook. In 2019, I used this journal to document my trip with Wandering Planners. We traveled the state and I got to meet wonderful women like Heidi, Swapp, Teresa Collins, and of course see Amy again. Where is she? There she is with mommy. And basically it's memorabilia, photos, and a story. There's my journaling. These are the awesome ladies that I got to meet. So there's so many things that you can do and so many ideas that you can make on what to create. Moving down, here I am documenting our stay-at-home orders. I have the new normal COVID-19. I documented our adventures trying to learn how to live and work and go to school from home. My son had a baby in the pandemic. I last saw my friends last year. This isn't exciting, but it's a glimpse into our everyday life here. We had a fake party and Zoomed my older kids. I used my daughter's, my grandbaby's crayons on this page. You don't need a lot. You just need your imagination and to tell your stories. So there's so many things that you can scrapbook about. Here in this traveler's notebook, I scrapbooked about an adventure to Mexico City. My husband and I went to Mexico City for his company that was releasing a movie out there. And I just did some journaling, kept it very easy as I was traveling. But this is something that you can do when you take a portable printer. You can document your adventure while you're there. If that is a little bit too big for you, you can certainly move down to a pocket size. This is a passport that I made with the Harry Potter theme. It is a birthday party for Harry Potter. Do you see how you can just scrapbook about anything? This is a character. And so we had a party in his honor to celebrate his birthday. And we all put on the sorting hat. We had donuts. And I documented this day. These printables are from A Thoughtful Studio. And so you don't need much. But if you do have a lot of stuff like I do, then use up your product. And that's a little bit of what I did when I was creating this book. Here's a fishing trip. It's a pocket-sized notebook of our adventures and what we did along the day. I got to tell stories with pictures and have something awesome to look back at. Here we are catching fish, and the day was amazing, and we'll always get to look back at it. Here we are eating our fish. I also like to make birthday gifts. So this is a birthday gift for my granddaughter Lonnie. She's turned 7, and I'm going to gift this to her. If that is too big, you can always come down to a tag flip. This tag flip was created for my granddaughter Lily. It was her birthday, and so it is tags documenting her birthday. And it was really fun to make this for her. You don't have to use tons of product. You can print free images online, but these make for fabulous gifts and a fun way to document something small and fun. This smaller tag clip I was able to do while I was traveling with Wandering Planners. I was able to sit while I was traveling at different airports and get creative. It also helps your peace of mind. At least it does me. So this album, here's a shaker card, is just a simple tag flip that I would create of taking the different pictures that I was taking on my road trip. This is called a tag flip. Here, I created a mini book. The pages are painted and stamped on, and I created it with this cardstock here. If you usually order from scrapbook companies, they will send that to you to protect the papers inside. So I just cut it down and painted it, and then I documented by punching holes of what was going on around me. And so you can get as creative as you like. So this little mini book is just about everybody in my family. No particular reason. I just took a page of each child and punched a hole in it. And it was fun to create. Here I also created, on a tinier level, my granddaughter was going to go to Disneyland, and instead of her buying a book, I wanted to make her one so she can get autographs. So for whatever the reason was, she didn't end up going, but I wanted to show you this because you can create or scrapbook about anything. Here, this is a planner, goodness, that I used to use back in who knows when, but I created a Valentine daily. So I documented the days leading up to Valentine's Day. my journaling, my picture, and my embellishments. One photo, journaling, and my scrapbook paper. So I hope that I'm helping you throughout this video show you what I have learned and what I scrapbook about. So this book happens to be about the day leading up to Valentine's Day. And here we are. We are at Valentine's Day. This year, I also plan to document Valentine's Day. And I'm going to do it in this Office Depot album. It's one ring binder, and I picked it up for $1 on their clearance section. There's also some journals that I also like to create in. I think this one was my first one. These are journals, bullet journals is what they're called. And you can put anything that you would like in these bullet journals. Okay, so these are called bullet journals. And you can basically do, I set up my planner days, but you can do whatever you would like in. In the beginning, I used a calendar so I have goals, books to buy, happy mail to send, my Tombow markers, blog post ideas. I would take 15 minutes a day while I was at work on one of my breaks, and I would just put notes down. Here I did a lot of, these are my embossing powders. Just any email that came to me that I have a room parent meeting here that I thought I loved the picture, I just stuck it down. So bullet journals are really fun to do as well. And you can totally scrapbook in them. Let me show you a page where I put a picture. Here I have, Dear Santa, bring me everything. So basically I did swatches of my inks. Do I have a picture? Here we're in 2018. So I used this for almost half a year. Shortly after that, I used this pink one, and I bought this at Michael's, and it is called the Bullet Journal, and this was for 2019. So I basically did the same concept, which is journaling, picture, date. Here's my pictures, some journaling, swatching pens, because I love to buy me pens and I love to swatch them. So basically, if you don't want to scrapbook or don't know what to scrapbook, you can certainly start off with one of these journals. I hold all my notes, and I also scrapbook in these bullet journals. Look at this. I even have a memory deck. So this was October. So I certainly did use it for the year. And you can do anything that you want in these journals. This one, let's see. This is by Wordsworth Planner, and I really loved it. This is a planner, but I also used it as a form of memory keeping. Goals, vision board. Here are my plans, stickers. So even though you don't know what to scrap about, you could always buy yourself a planner and just start documenting. In the back of this planner, I was able to scrapbook or memory keep or jot my ideas down. And it's really fun because it gets chunky. Here I am swatching pens again. So this is another form of scrapbooking. This is my Wordsworth planner for this year. And do you see how I am pretty much scrapbooking in my planner. So I'm using it as a form of planning and scrapbooking and playing. So there's tons of ideas on how. There's also paper back here. Here I am swatching again because I love to do that. So usually planners will have some paper at the end and you can do both. Here's another planner that I had that I used to document the month of March. So this was kind of a workout, a goal type of album. We were all at the gym and I was documenting my journey in working out. So you can use anything you can use to scrapbook. Here I also have a planner, and these are called like notebooks that you can stick inside your planner. So here is the monthly that most often have. This notebook contains stickers and stuff. And then this one was actually where I could plan my ideas. And I could also put pictures if I wanted to. And then this just housed stickers and stuff. The album I'm currently working on is a small 4x4. This album is a Dia de los Muertos album. And my daughter created that in a painting, and I took a picture of the painting and I created a sticker. So I'm not done with this album yet, but I'm working on it. And it's just tiny and cute. And I'm documenting my Dia de los Muertos altar that I made in the month of November. My last tip for you, and I hope my phone doesn't turn off on me, is the two that I'm working on this year. So this year in 2021, I purchased a Stayology, and it's just almost like a bullet journal, and I'm using it in conjunction with my one little word album. And I'm trying to document daily and just sticking down little photos of how I can bring in the word kind into my life. And I'm having a really good time with this. I added in some vellum. And recently I just added a YouTube page where I could put my YouTube ideas. And then here I have things to buy. So this is called the Stayology, and it's pretty much like a bullet journal. I also bought myself an art journal. We'll move this over here. And it was from Michael's. I think it was less than $5. I created this pocket here and put some stickers inside. I put the year. And I'm going to start documenting in here. And I cut out some challenges. So when you say, what can I scrapbook? Usually somebody will put out a challenge. And they have items where you can create something. So if you're not sure what you want to create, you can look to a challenge and find something to create. So I'll be using that this year as well. Hi there, and thank you for watching my super long video. I hope I've given you some ideas on what you can scrapbook.